Hey, I'm Shane. In this video I'm going to do an overview of the exotic scout rifle called the MIDA Multi-tool in Destiny. In this video I'll go over the stats of the weapon, look at the skill tree and compare the different options, and I'll briefly talk about how I use the gun. The MIDA Multi-tool is usually a drop from raids or as a random game finishing drop. Personally, I got this gun several times doing it as a drop, but I also originally bought it from Zert. He has sold it a couple times as well. So it's not necessarily rare, but it's a very good gun. And overall, it has very balanced stats with no unique trait really to it that makes it incredibly useful, like the thorn with damage over time. The MIDA Multi-tool isn't near as flashy as other exotics in the game. There's nothing about it that makes it, oh, he's using the multi-tool. But the most unique thing about it, it has a little compass that kicks off the side, and when you aim down sights as well, there's a little compass that goes around the perimeter of your sights. There's nothing that this compass points to. It doesn't point to loot or an enemy, it just points north. I'll go over the skill tree of the gun now. The MIDA deals kinetic damage, and there's nothing special about the skill tree, it's just, as I said earlier, very balanced. The first three upgrades are the different recoils. I'll compare those side to side with clips of that, just so you can see the difference. But they're soft ballistics, CQB ballistics, and smart drift control. The next upgrade is a third eye, which is a semi-common perk with scout rifles. It allows you to have your radar up while you're aimed down sight, which is very useful in PvP. The next options you can choose from are lightweight, which gives you +2 charter ability, quick draw, which allows you to aim the weapon much quicker, and field scout, which allows your magazine to have a larger size and have more ammo capacity. Of these three, I typically use quick draw because the gun already has a huge clip size of 21, and by default it reloads incredibly fast, so you don't really need that. And I run a usually high agility character, but if you're not, you can use the lightweight if you want more speed. The last perk also on this gun is the MIDA Multi-tool, which is what it's named after. And this gives a movement speed boost while you're holding the gun, and the gun fires on a hair trigger. This isn't super noticeable, both of these, while you are using the gun, but if you switch between another scout rifle and the MIDA, you'll notice a slight difference in the way the gun handles. In the MIDA, you just feel more powerful and in control of your weapon. I'll compare the three recoils now. They're soft ballistics, which gives you the least damage and stability, but also gives you the most range. CQB ballistics, which has the most balanced range and stability, and then smart drift control, which has the least range but the most stability. Of these three, I would usually go with CQB ballistics. I do this because I don't find my stability really being an issue with this gun when I aim down sights, but all of these show different advantages, and it really depends on your style of play. I use CQB, but you don't need to, and if you want more stability and you're going close range, I wouldn't go with it then. The ammo and reload of the MIDA is ridiculously fast, and you have a large clip as far as scout rifles go. So I love reloading, but with the MIDA you don't necessarily need to as much, and when you do, it's so fast. So this gun's just so useful to have in the PvP arena, because if you're fighting other enemies, your downtime between clips is very low. If you're watching the videos, you'll probably see I'm reloading constantly. The MIDA is overall just a very good balanced weapon. It isn't a master of any trait, and it doesn't have incredible range, impact, or stability, but it does have good recoil. But it's best suited for fighting in the crucible because of this. It's really designed for that. Having radar up while you aim down sights and increased movement speed just gives you a slight edge over other players, which with a good player makes all the difference, but with like a normal person like me, it just gives you a little edge. It doesn't do serious damage, which is the main downfall of it, but it's enough that makes you very much so a contender. And the fast rate of fire as far as scout rifles go gives the MIDA more shots down range before the enemy does. In PvE, this gun is still good, but the stats don't carry over as much. The radar up while you're aiming down sights isn't that useful because you don't find yourselves in situations where you need to know where that one enemy is. And if you're going to be using this gun, it's going to be fine, but if you're going to be switching out using an Icebreaker, Gallahorn, or Thorn instead of this one, it's hard to compare the two. So I don't recommend using it, but if it's your only exotic, by all means use it. Thanks for watching this video though. If you have any questions, just drop a comment below and I'll be happy to answer them. Please consider subscribing and checking out my other videos, and if you enjoyed this one, please like it. Thanks for watching though. I hope you have a great day, evening, or morning, whatever time it is. But anyways, good luck in the crucible, guys.